Charlie Zaw here, says right there. But growing up, didn't always have both my parents at home. Just really just listening to what they were telling me about each other. They were really passionate and caring about one another. But they just kind of didn't really connect the way they wanted to. But like it hurts that that they're not there in the same house with me every day. But I don't regret anything at all. Actually doing a lot better than I figured I would with them being divorced. Really got no complaints for any of this, but it's my senior presentation. For my portfolio, it's just I got my senior paper, put a lot of hard work into that, and came into some issues with that when I turned it in. I forgot to cite a couple of pages where it was critically needed, and I almost got in a lot of trouble for plagiarism on that one, and risk of not walking on the 31st. I got my mentor paperwork. That's all filled out the way it should be. It's all set up to go. Community service record. Actually have that sitting right there, right in front of my mom. I got my proposal letter for my senior project. I had to revise it this year because when I first made it last year, it was meant to be a golf tournament with me and Jordan Michelle putting it on at the surfing range golf course. We both weren't really that motivated on it. We didn't really get a hold of anyone to work on it, and so that just crashed and burned pretty much. It was just a horrible idea. Didn't really get to do it, and ended up doing a kind of like a healthy eating workshop at the Longhouse. And it's got some best works from my junior and senior year. I have none from my sophomore year because I was attending a different school during that year. And so for my senior project, did a healthy eating class. It was me, my mentor, Laura Lamatia, thinking about it, and we decided to do healthy snacks for Super Bowl 48 this year, because we scheduled to do it the day before Super Bowl, so we figured might as well make something good enough that you can make the next day for Super Bowl, because every time around comes Super Bowl, you got people going out getting wings, pizza, just a bunch of unhealthy, just garbage. It's not good for you anyway. You're sitting on the couch, lounging around for hours on end, and depending on how old you are, you're drinking. It's just an unhealthy day. The reason why I chose this was because I wanted to help people get a head start on healthy eating, because most people have no idea how to make any healthy food whatsoever. They just know how to, like around here, we all know how to make top ramen, mac and cheese, just simple stuff you toss in the microwave for like 10 minutes. And this I learned how to put on an event at the Way Longhouse, which was pretty stressful on me, because there are a lot of issues that went with it, which I probably could have taken better care of, like getting the Longhouse keys. Forgot to do that. You can't get into the Longhouse without the Longhouse keys. But got a hold of somebody to get them for me, and got it going the day of. And I had about 10 to 15 people show up, and to me that's a success. I got it done. People were there to support me on what I thought I wanted to do. So what I made that day was some homemade chili. Can't remember what kind of beans it was, but my mentor made it the night before, and she was cooking them overnight at her house. And made 3 3-layer bean dip, which is kind of weird. We made it, instead of using sour cream, we used yogurt. And I don't have any problem with yogurt. Yogurt's pretty good. So then we made bean brownies also, and they weren't that bad. I enjoyed them. And we made some spicy coleslaw, which took a whole lot of time to get done. Right there is the end product of my chili, not chili. I wouldn't want that to be my chili. But that is my bean brownies that I made. Didn't have enough time to finish cooking them because for some reason they did not want to be made whatsoever. They got to that process, which makes you think that they're done, but no, we went and stuck a toothpick and it was just basically the mix on top hardened. That's about it. So it makes 16 servings, one size of a brownie, depends on who you are. It could be a big brownie, that could be your brownie. And honestly, I lost my recipe for it, and this isn't my recipe. Serving size is about right though. We used, what was it? We didn't use chocolate chips at all. Didn't use coffee. I think we used baking soda. We didn't use the balsamic vinegar. Didn't use any milk or the oil. We used about a lot of sugar actually, and couldn't really taste it, which I wasn't happy about. I got a major sweet tooth, and I was expecting it to satisfy me in a way, but no, it didn't. Didn't get any eggs. We had to use powdered eggs from commodities, which was different. Didn't think that would work, but we found a way to get it to go. And I'm not sure if we used beans or applesauce. I'm not sure. We used cocoa powder also to make it look like brownies and get that chocolate taste. So making the brownies, we had to preheat the oven to 350 degrees with we didn't use a 9x9 inch square baking pan. We used got a couple of 9x13s and filled that up pretty good. And you just blend everything together, all your ingredients that you got, put it all into that bowl, stir it up like you would like a cake or any other kind of baked good. And you just bake the brownies until they're done, where you can stick a toothpick in and not get the mix on the stick like I did. And that's the mix right there, is what it looks like before we went and tossed it in the pan. That was a different color font when I made it. I'm not sure why it's not that way. But there's that. We made spicy coleslaw after that. Well, actually, started with the coleslaw because it was the most time-consuming and honestly irritating one to make. We had about 8 cabbages the size of a softball and a half. We had them about this big, and there's the 3 of us cutting them up, and it took us about 2 hours. We showed up at 9, and we didn't get done with this coleslaw until we were almost out of there, around 1 or 2. We didn't use mayonnaise or mustard. I don't think we used the vinegar either, but we used a whole lot of cabbage, a whole lot of carrots. I think that's, I'm not sure what that is. I wish I had the recipe in front of me so I could tell you. But didn't use any sugar or black pepper. Instead of we made like a homemade kind of sauce to pour onto it and mix into the coleslaw. You just make normal coleslaw by itself. And we made the sauce out of a jalapeno and jalapeno and garlic, I think, was in there.
Peaches.
And peaches, yeah. Making the coleslaw, you just cut the cabbage. We cut the cabbage in half. We didn't cut it into quarters. Cut it in half. Took out the core. I guess you're not supposed to eat that. I don't know why. went and peeled the carrots, and then the onions, tossed that in there. When we got done, we had, like on this slide right here, that bowl doesn't really look that big, maybe it'd just be the picture, I don't know. But that bowl was about this big, and about that deep. Filled that up, we had to get another tub. I mean, we had a tub about like this wide across, but it was like this, it was like an oval kind of thing going on. But it was set about that deep, and we filled that one up too. And that was all we had to finish making. But we put that all together, and from people that I know tried it, they said it was pretty good. I'm happy with that. That's what it looked like in the end. It's just a real close-up on it. Yeah, that's the coleslaw. And then bean dip. That was just honestly the easiest possible one we were making. All it was a couple cans of refried beans. Went and put yogurt over the top of it, just plain Greek yogurt over the top with, and we sprinkled cheese on top of that, sprinkled some chopped onions, and I'm not sure what kind of stuff that is on the top. I can't remember. I want to say parsley, but I'm not sure. I entirely doubt it. I'm not really that good with my seasonings and stuff. That's what it looked like before we tossed the cheese on and everything. This is a chili. This is the only picture I have for it. That's my buddy Doug. That's his dad, Doug. Got the same name. He's stirring the chili right there, and that's about the only picture I have of it. I wish I would have. I had other pictures I could have showed you guys, but I had them on my cell phone, which had just a catastrophic failure. It just completely died on me. I lost all my pictures and everything I had for my project on there. Making the chili, just put in the saucepan over medium heat. I don't think it was just beans. That's about it. The easiest, like I said a little bit ago, was the 3-layer dip. And all you had to do was toss a few things on there and then chop some onions. There you go, you got bean dip. Spicy coleslaw, also the hardest because like I said, we were working on it all day long, and we had to find some bowls to put it in that were pretty big. Like I showed you guys, monster freaking bowls for coleslaw. But difficulties in my senior project. There's definitely a lot of those. I went into it not really prepared whatsoever. The hardest was getting a location to do my senior project because I wasn't sure where I can get about 15 to 20 people to fit into a room and not get mad at each other for bumping into one another trying to cook food. So me and my mentor decided on the really longhouse. They had a big enough kitchen, big enough area for everybody to just mingle and hang out and try the food and everything. Also, they had all the right utensils I needed to cook all the food, get it prepared and everything. And like I said at the beginning, getting access to the longhouse. You can't get in there without the keys. We're supposed to get them Friday night after I got back from town from getting the groceries for all the food that we were going to make the next day. I was tired, fell asleep on the way home, and I forgot to let my ride know that I'd stop at facilities to pick up the longhouse keys because I needed them for tomorrow. Didn't do that, so next day I was running around for like the next couple of hours before my project was supposed to be started, trying to get access to there, and I got a hold of this Dave. I can't remember his last name. His name was Dave. Got a hold of him, which is really happy about. We got access to the longhouse, got the keys and everything. Research paper was kind of ties into my project. Went and researched obesity and diabetes in America, and the two biggest statistics that stuck out to me the most was that about more than a third of the United States is obese. And to be exact, we got 34.9% of the total population is obese. And that just startles me, because we have that many people not knowing how to eat right, not know how to make the right kind of food to keep themselves healthy and basically live longer, because that just affects your health and your lifespan. Also, 25.8 million Americans also have diabetes. And another part that stuck out about that fact itself was that 7 million of those people don't even know they have diabetes at all. And they're just living their life thinking they're fine, they're healthy, and when really they're not. They got diabetes. And that's about 8.3% of the U.S. population. But going on to my high school highlights. Really, I got football, basketball, those are the only sports I play. Really, I used to play baseball, but that was ended quite a while ago. Football, this year, I played this year in my freshman year. Freshman year, I didn't really get to play so much. I wasn't that big, not that fast. I was just the smallest person on the field. Tackling dummy, pretty much. So this year, I went and became the starting quarterback for the team. I was really happy. It was what I was pushing for. I met that goal that I was wanting. I became a captain on the team, starter every game, and at the end of the season, I got Offensive Player of the Year. Basketball, I played freshman and senior year. Then freshman year, I was JV. Got Mr. Hustle Award for that. And this year, I didn't get an award for that, but it's not about the awards. It's about being able to play, do something I enjoy, and hang out with my friends. For my post-high school plans, I want to just take the year off after I graduate and plan on attending North Idaho College for criminal justice. My life dream is to become a police officer. And I'd like to do that either here, back home on the reservation, or somewhere down south where it's nice and warm and I don't have to deal with snow. And over the past couple of years, I've given military a thought. There's I thought about the Marines and the Army. My great-grandfather was a big part of my life. Actually, he was in World War II. He was in the Army. He came back, survived, came back with a couple Purple Hearts, and he was a big part of my life. I'm happy he was there, and he pushes me to be the person he's the person I want to be when I get older. Thank yous and acknowledgements. I just want to thank both my parents, my mom and my dad, for being there. You guys have always done what you could to provide the best for me and my sisters and my little brothers. Yeah, I know we're hard to deal with, but thank you guys for putting up with us the best that you can and teaching me everything. But also, I just want to thank you guys for pushing me up. To be the first to graduate in 2 generations. It's on both sides of the family. So, thank you. My step-parents, both of you guys, for always being there and pushing me when you don't have to be. And just push me as hard as you can. Same with both my parents. Teachers, keeping me on track to graduate and making sure I don't do anything wrong to affect that. Coaches also for pushing me to be the athlete that I am, and to stay focused on my education, which is honestly the most important thing I can ever have. My friends for making all the memories that you have with me and giving me my only nickname I've ever had really is the bomber. So you guys know why you call me that, but I'd like to thank the Travel Facilities Department for allowing me to use the longhouse for my senior project, and Laura Lanatia also for being my mentor, putting up with me, helping me get everything situated, and really appreciate it. And Commodities also for donating the food that you did. Without that, I wouldn't have been able to make half the stuff I made. And also, I got like one last thing to say before I go on to questions. I meant to say it earlier, but just at night I sit there and think to myself, I don't know, I just got a lot of, my mind just wanders when I go to sleep. And really why I'm tired most of the days. It's just, throughout history and throughout your life, you're giving day after day, opportunity after opportunity to make an impact on somebody's life, and what is it? I mean, you're given the opportunity to make a mark in history and in people's hearts. Most people don't ever recognize those moments at all, and you gotta really learn to catch on to those. Jump on as soon as time as possible, and only God knows if you ever get that chance to do that again. But it's just throughout my high school career, that's all I wanted to do, was make an impact somewhere in someone's life, to say that way I can look back and say I did something. I made my life worth something. And I feel that I did in a way. So, any questions?
Yeah, why do they call you the bomber?
From my family, my dad's side of the family anyways, is from Afghanistan. And not really sure how everybody found out about it, but they did. And so, came up last year, my friend Jordan put it in the yearbook actually, for golf. And so it just stuck. I got on my senior sweater, my class ring, and all that, so that's why I'm called Barner. Any more?
I don't have a question, but I have a comment.
Okay.
You were wondering why you cut the core out of the cabbage?
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. Well, number one, it's hard to chop up real fine to put in your coleslaw. And number two, your husband, or my husband, wants to eat it because it's crunchy and sweet. I don't cook.
Don't say anything. Just stay out of this, all right? Mr. Biley?
Your brownies that you talked about, you said you put a lot of sugar in it.
Yes.
If you put a lot of sugar in it, how is that a healthy snack?
Honestly,
Emotionally healthy.
Mental.
Yeah.
It was organic sugar.
That's the only unhealthy thing we really put in there. Everything else was just a lot healthier than everything else you normally put in brownie, except for powdered eggs. That's not good. The worst that we got. Is that?
You guys made a lot of food. Did you have a lot of food left over? Did it go to waste, or what did you do with it?
We had a whole bunch of food left over. Like this probably could have fed the tribe. We went and put whatever was left in the Ziploc bags, and the people that showed up just took off with it. And with the brownies, those, since they didn't get finished, whoever wanted to take a pan with them, they just put it in their car and try not to hit any bumps. And so they finished that up when they got home. And so none of it went to waste, at least to my knowledge. I didn't throw any of it away. They may have. but
What'd you
I'm
do
not
with
sure.
yours?
Ate it.
Where?
I don't know.
At Chris's Super Bowl party?
Yeah.
You left that part out.
Okay. Any other questions?
That's right. So, were a lot of the ingredients from like, commodities?
Not really.
Okay, I just think because there's kind of economical issues too.
Yeah, we had a few ingredients for a couple of the foods that we made. I'm not exactly sure what it was and what it went to. But definitely if we wouldn't have had any of that, we probably wouldn't have been able to make those two dishes.
Probably would have saved money compared to like typical Super Bowl
Yeah,
fare as well. So
yeah, especially like spending maybe like $20 on 15 wings.
no kidding.
So,
How much
Any other
did you
questions?
spend?
Huh?
How much did you spend total on your ingredients?
I spent about $50 on my ingredients because Laura went and got the fresh foods, but she knows what to look for.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what to look for in fresh food. I see is like, oh, that's healthy. I don't need that. Because like I said, with my sweet tooth, that really takes over everything else. Any more questions?